Hello everyone, welcome to Schoolabe. I, Abhishek Patel, your instructor, is again here to present you the wonderful course Python Programming Language. So today's lecture, we will be covering tokens in detail. Tokens. What is a token? See, the smallest individual unit in a program. Every single and smallest individual unit in a program is termed as token. Token can also be called as lexical unit. There are several types of tokens such as keywords, identifiers, literals, operators and punctuators. Let's see what are these keywords. See, keywords are generally the reserved words. You know that the Python programming language has some reserved words in itself. Those words are known as keywords. They conveys a special meaning to the language compiler or interpreter. Okay, so these are reserved for special purpose and must not be used as normal identifier names. For example, I let you know some keywords such as break, false, class, true, none, for, while, import, finally, def, etc. Now let's move further with identifiers. See, identifiers are fundamental building blocks of a program. Okay, and they are used as a general terminology for the names given to the different parts of program. Okay, for example, to the variable, to objects, to classes, to function, to list, etc. Okay, there are the rules for forming the identifier in Python, such as the identifier is an arbitrary long sequence of letter and digit. Okay, and the first character must be the letter. The underscore counts as a letter. Upper and lower case letters are different. All characters are significant. The digit must be from 0 through 9, can be a part of identifier except for the first character. Okay, first character must be a letter. It is must. And identifier must not be a keyword, as we have discussed before that a keyword cannot be used as a normal identifier names. It cannot be used. Okay, an identifier cannot contain any special character except underscore. Only underscore can be used as a special character for identifying any arbitrary value. Okay, so now look up for the next one. The next token we have is literal. See, literals are generally the constants. Okay, heard properly, constant values. Okay, it can be termed as values. These are the data items that have a fixed value. We have several kinds of literals such as string literals. Definitely a string value is a string literal. Numeric literal, any value comprising of numbers is a numeric literals. Boolean literals, there are two, true and false. After all, true and false is also a value of any kind of like variable, so that's why it is also a Boolean literal. Special literal, that is none. Okay, none means it is equivalent to null. You would have heard the word null before also. None is equivalent to null. It means neither a positive number nor a negative number, and even not a zero. Okay, since 0 is also a number, none means it is an empty box. And the last one is literal collection. We will see what is literal collection is, okay, but in the further lectures. Now move towards in the further details. After literals, it comes operators. See, what is operator? Operators are tokens that trigger some computations when applied to variables and other objects in an expression. Okay, variables and objects to which the computation is applied are called operands. So an operator requires some operands to work upon. Okay, basically it is used to perform any kind of operations. Okay, so we have two to three types of operators such as unary, binary, and the most is ternary. But ternary cannot be used in Python. We often heard ternary in rest of the languages, but in Python we generally have two, unary and binary operators. Unary operators, those have one operand. Okay, just as for that is for plus, unary, minus, bitwise complement, and logical negation. But for binary operators, generally we have two operands. Okay, and the operators used for binary, such as arithmetic operators, for example plus, that is called addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, remainder, modulus is also known as remainder. Okay, exponent, what does the exponent do? It generally raised to the power. Okay, and the float division. See, in Python there are two types of division. When it comes for simply division, that simply division will be returning a floating value, but the float division will be returning the value in integer data type. Okay, then bitwise operators we have for binary, that is bitwise AND, bitwise exclusive OR, and bitwise OR. We also have shift operator, left shift and right shift. And in Python there are some unique operators such as is and is not. Is means it generally refers to the identity, whether the operator or the operand where this operator is used said the following operand has that identity or not. Another one is not. It is for the identity not same as per the operand. Okay, let's move further. We have rest more operators such as relational operator, less than, greater than, less than, equals to, greater than, equals to, or not equals to. Logical operators, and logical or all logical. Okay, assignment operators, definitely you know, for assigning, which are used for assigning the value, such as assignment for assigning quotient, assigning sum, assigning product, assigning remainder, assigning difference, assigning exponent, assigning floor division. There are many more. And the one more operator present in the Python is membership operator, which are up to in and not in. In means whether the variable is in sequence or not. Okay, and not in is whether the variable not in sequence. Both have different meanings. In checks the variable in sequence, and not in checks variable is not in sequence. Okay, let's move further for the next another one token, that is punctuators. Punctuators are the symbols that are used in programming languages to organize sentence structures and indicate the rhythm and emphasis of expression, statements, and program structure. Okay, for example, comma, semicolon, braces, brackets, hash, slash, etc. Okay, now let's see what are the expressions. Okay, our tokens are completed. Now we are moving further for the expression. See, expression, statement, comments, function, block, and indentation, these are all are part of bare bones, or we can say the structure of a Python program. Okay, but today we will be learning it in a theoretical way. Expression is any legal combination of a symbol that represent a value. Okay, for example, 2 plus 5 equals to 7. So what is 2 plus 5? 2 plus 5 is a expression. Okay, now let's move for the statement. Statement is any expression when it represents something. When the expression represents something, a statement is a programming instruction that does something, that is some action takes place. Okay, so that is because of statement. Okay, comments. See, comments are the additional readable information which is read by the programmers but ignored by Python interpreter. Python interpreter don't interrupt or in the functioning of the program. It just ignored by the Python interpreter. Only programmers can access and read the comments. Okay, in Python, comment begins with the symbol hash. We also call hash as a pound character, and end with the end of a physical line. Okay, hash is generally called the full line comments. Okay, so in a whole single line we will use one hash, then we will be commenting the line. And another one is inline comment. Also, it starts in the middle of physical line after the Python code. And another most popular comment in Python is multi-line comment. Multi-line comment is generally came after this full line comments, because in each line we have to just put a hash or that pound character, and we have to comment in a whole single line. So for reducing that we have when we have to commenting for more than one or two line, we can use multi-line comment, which can be written as, or which can be followed as a triple quoted multi-line string, as you can see here. Okay, another one structure of a Python is a function. A function is a code that has a name and it can be reused, that is, it can be executed again, okay, by specifying its name in the program wherever needed. For example, we have several types of functions. Average, sum are the kinds of functions. We have blocks and indentations. What is block? Sometimes a group of statement is a part of another statement or function. Such a group of one or more statement is called block or code block or even suite. Okay, we will see everything in a practical way. Okay, for that wait for the next lecture. Another one is the most important, that is indentation. Okay, only in Python it is used, only in Python. You would never see indentation in any of the programming language. You can see in a Linux shell programming, but not in the any like Java, C or C++. Okay, so what is indentation? Indentation is generally a space. When, see, in Python we do not use braces, okay, which signifies the beginning and the ending of the loop or the statement or the function. What we use for that? We use indentation for that. So indentation is generally a space, a tab space. Okay, Python use indentation to create blocks of code. Okay, the statements at same indentation level are a part of same block or suite. Okay, so today we have covered what are the tokens, what are the structure of the Python programming. We will be moving further with the variables and assignments in a practical way. How do we assign value to the variable in the next lecture? Also, I would like to tell you that our next lecture will be based on Pydroid 3. It is an Android application where you can run your code even if you don't have laptop or your personal computer on your hand. What is Pydroid 3? Pydroid 3 is a minimalist Python 3 interpreter that lets you execute your code for minor projects and even do minimal coding on your device. Okay, so if you also want to learn Python programming anywhere without a PC while replicating the PC platform for Python on Android, Pydroid 3 is the right app to try out. Okay, so let's meet soon in the next lecture. Thank you.